Have you ever wondered if your beloved canine companions are truly living happily with you? We often take good care of our dogs, but it can be frustrating not knowing if they are genuinely content. We might ask humans if they are happy, but dogs, too, can feel emotions and express them through their behaviors. While dogs may not experience secondary emotions like self-esteem, pride, shame, or regret as humans do, they can experience fundamental primary emotions such as happiness, fear, anxiety, anger, and sadness, just like us, thanks to neurotransmitters. In fact, dogs possess emotional expression abilities similar to that of 2-3-year-old children. In this video, we will explore the behaviors that indicate when dogs are happy. By recognizing these signs, you can assess whether your furry friends are enjoying their lives. If you notice that your dogs are not exhibiting these signs of happiness, you can make adjustments to strengthen your bond with them and ensure their well-being. 1. Play bow. The play bow is when the dog lowers its front legs and head while keeping the rear end up. At first glance, it may appear as if the dog is crouching down to lunge and attack, but it's actually the opposite. This posture is a clear expression of a dog's overflowing happiness and eagerness to play with their guardian. Sometimes, while assuming this position, they might pant, wag their tail vigorously, and emit low to mid-range barks. It's important to note that this behavior isn't meant as an aggressive gesture, so scolding the dog for it would be inappropriate. However, if the dog suddenly lowers its front chest while standing still, it could be a sign that something is uncomfortable, and it's trying to calm itself. Misinterpreting this behavior as an invitation to play might cause unnecessary stress. In such cases, it's best to give the dog a bit of space or wait for them to calm down. In another scenario, if the elbows touch the ground, teeth are exposed, and the tail is raised but not wagging widely, the dog might be assuming an aggressive posture. Exercise caution in this situation to prevent any potential incidents. 2. Back scratching. You've probably seen your dog scratch its back on the floor, the couch, a rug, or a blanket, right? This behavior is a way for dogs to express their happiness by using their whole body to convey their emotional state. They vigorously rub their back on various surfaces, trying to spread their scent as much as possible to maximize their happiness. However, back scratching isn't necessarily exclusive to happy moments. Dogs have scent glands all over their bodies, so they might rub themselves on objects they like to mark their territory. It could also happen when there's an interesting smell on the floor or when they simply enjoy the scent of that particular place. Sometimes, it might be because their back is itchy. If your dog excessively scratches its back when there's no apparent reason, it could be due to allergies, fleas, omega-3 deficiency, or skin issues. In such cases, it's a good idea to examine the area they're scratching and consider visiting the vet. 3. Leaning. Dogs usually eagerly anticipate their owner's touch. However, when they feel happy, they may want to be close to their guardian, and at times, they initiate contact by leaning their head or body against their owner, expressing their joyful emotions. Moreover, after eating a meal or snack and feeling content, they may come to their owner and seek cuddles. This behavior is similar to how humans express love through physical touch. When dogs lean in, giving them plenty of pets and cuddles enhances their sense of happiness even more. However, there are instances when leaning can be a behavior exhibited by dogs that are fearful or experiencing separation anxiety. Temporary loud noises or other external factors can sometimes make certain dogs feel fearful. During these times, they seek their owner for comfort by leaning in to regain a sense of security. On the other hand, some dogs constantly attempt to stay as close to people as possible and follow them incessantly. If this behavior occurs too frequently, it could be a sign of separation anxiety. Dogs with separation anxiety typically display severe distress when left alone and cannot tolerate their owner being out of sight. If you suspect that your dog may be suffering from separation anxiety, it's advisable to visit a veterinary clinic for consultation and work on resolving the issue. 4. Smiling. According to American animal welfare organizations, when dogs are in a state of happiness, their facial muscles relax significantly. Their mouths tend to lift slightly, and their tongues may hang out a bit, creating an expression akin to a human smile. This doggy expression doesn't exactly mean they're smiling as humans do, but rather serves as an emotional display of happiness. What's even more fascinating is that such smiles are a unique form of communication expression between dogs and are not typically seen in interactions between dogs. Researchers at the Dog Cognition Center at the University of Portsmouth in the United Kingdom studied the facial expressions of 24 dogs in the presence and absence of humans. When dogs made eye contact with humans, they exhibited various expressions, including widening their eyes, moving their eyebrows, and sticking out their tongues. However, when humans did not look at them or when food was the only stimulus, they remained expressionless. This behavior suggests that dogs, throughout their long history of coexistence with humans, have learned to mimic human expressions and emotions as a means of communication. Therefore, if you, as a pet owner, frequently display expressions of happiness and smile more often, your canine companion may pick up on these cues and reciprocate by showing their own version of a smile as an expression of happiness. 5. Tail wagging. A dog's tail is considered the most expressive part of their body and is often cited as a prominent indicator of their emotions. Therefore, it's important for pet owners to be adept at reading their dog's tail movements. When a dog is feeling happy and content, they will vigorously wag their tail from side to side. A classic example is when a dog greets their owner with enthusiastic tail wags upon a belated return, which is a clear expression of joy at the owner's arrival. However, tail wagging can also occur when a dog feels fearful, anxious, or intends to give a warning signal. How can we distinguish between these different meanings? One crucial aspect to consider when analyzing a dog's tail language is its position, especially its height. When the tail is held at a middle height, it often indicates a happy and stable emotional state. On the other hand, if the tail is held high, it can be a sign that the dog is becoming increasingly alert and possibly perceiving a threat. In human terms, a tail held high and erect can be interpreted as a signal of overflowing confidence, akin to saying, "I will defend this territory," or "If you don't retreat right now, there will be consequences." Conversely, a lowering of the tail is an indicator of a dog's anxiety or fear. In extreme cases, when a dog tucks its tail between its legs, it's a clear sign of significant distress, conveying a message to the other party of "Please don't harm me." This tail language serves as a powerful means for dogs to communicate their emotions and intentions. 6. Running around. There are moments when dogs seem to explode with energy, often when a beloved owner returns home or during other exciting situations. During these times, they might run around the house in short bursts of intense activity, or even engage in rapid, circular movements. This behavior is a way for dogs to express, "I am so happy right now," using their entire body. You generally don't need to be overly concerned when you observe these running around episodes. However, it's not something they do exclusively when they're happy. Sometimes, dogs run around in the morning after a night's sleep when their energy levels are high, or in the evening when they have excess energy to burn. It can also be a way for them to relieve stress. If your dog frequently exhibits this behavior to an excessive degree, it might be helpful to calm them down using treats, toys, or other distractions, and increase their physical activity, like taking longer walks, to reduce stress factors. 7. Showing the belly. Dogs, unlike humans, often exist in social hierarchies where there are few equal relationships. In these hierarchical societies, displaying their belly is a way for dogs to convey submission and establish their place in the social order. It's also a sign of trust and contentment. This instinct to establish social order dates back to their wild ancestors who formed packs to protect and hunt together for survival. When a dog sleeps soundly and shows its belly, it indicates that they are currently happy, feel secure, and trust their owner. However, the meaning of showing the belly can be quite different in certain situations. If a dog shows its belly in the presence of an unfamiliar person or a threatening dog and licks its lips or exhibits other signs of discomfort, it can signify that the dog feels threatened or uncomfortable. In such cases, it's best not to touch their belly, as they may be stressed or anxious. 8. Appetite. Just as humans tend to have a good appetite when they're happy, happy dogs usually have a hearty appetite. If a dog is eating well, it generally means they're in a worry-free and contented state. However, If a dog's appetite suddenly decreases, it could signal that they're not feeling well or that their mood has changed. This could be due to various reasons such as illness, dental issues causing oral discomfort, recent vaccination side effects, or even unfamiliar environments during travel. So, it's important for pet parents to monitor their dog's eating habits and investigate if there are any changes in appetite. 9. Attention. When dogs are happy, they're very attentive to changes in their surroundings, with their primary focus being on their owners. They pay close attention to every action of their owners, responding promptly to even the slightest gestures. They'll come running when their name is called. However, if a dog is not feeling well or is in a bad mood, they might not pay as much attention to their owner's movements. We've just discussed 9 behaviors that dogs exhibit when they're happy. By showing these signs of happiness more frequently, you can strengthen the bond and trust between you and your cherished canine companion. I hope you found this information helpful. Subscribing and liking the video are a great help. Thanks for watching.